My
What is up, hooligans, and happy freedom. Welcome to another episode of Coffee with Hooligans, where we try to make the news suck a little less. I appreciate all of you guys being here. If you're over on Rumble, please hit that like button. More likes equals more hooligans. We're going to read through the schedule really quick, and then we will be checking on all the chats. So let me know how you hooligans are doing today. Then, of course, we'll be getting things started. First, I want to give a huge shout out to Leslie. Thank you so much for the PayPal. I really appreciate all the support. Thank you so much. We're going to be starting out with this first video titled Meta launches first smart glasses with built-in display. They are trying so hard to give us AI glasses. I don't know who actually wants this stuff, but they think it might replace smartphones. Then we got a video titled President Trump and British Prime Minister Starmer met Thursday. Here's what happened. Talking about President Trump wrapping things up in the UK. He's supposed to be back home at like 8:10 p.m. Eastern time, back at the White House. Then we got a video titled He's Let Me Down. Trump publicly rebukes Putin during UK state visit. Obviously talking about Russia and Ukraine and their little back and forth there. Then we got a video titled Trump to designate Antifa as major terrorist organization. This will be interesting if they actually do it, and it sounds like they're going to. We'll see how that turns out. Then we got a video titled Here's What Jimmy Kimmel Said About Charlie Kirk. Apparently Jimmy Kimmel has been suspended indefinitely, and things happen. We might play this back to back. The second video is President Trump reacts to ABC sidelining Jimmy Kimmel. Like I said, we'll probably play that back to back. Then we got a video titled This Administration is Scaring People into Silence. Maxwell Frost decrees Jimmy Kimmel's suspension. Maybe we'll play all three of that back to back. I don't know. But either way, Democrats claiming that this is a free speech issue, and I don't think it is. Then we got a video titled President Trump saying that Charlie Kirk was the one who told him to get on TikTok. We got a couple of videos here all related to Charlie Kirk. But we also got our midlife break here, a funny video halfway through today. It was provided by Guessum, and it's titled Just a Little Scary. Then getting back into the news, like I said, we got some Charlie Kirk here. We got latest updates on Charlie Kirk's shooting suspect, just a follow-up video there. Then we got a video titled Turning Point USA sees surge in schools wanting to start chapters. They're saying it's high schools and colleges are trying to sign up to become a part of Turning Point USA. Then we got another follow-up video. It's titled Ryan Ruth Trial. FBI agent says safety on rifle was off, just giving us a couple more details on how the Ryan Ruth trial is going so far. Then we got a video titled Epic Universe. Yeah, Epic Universe gets guest dies after riding roller coaster, Universal says. I don't know why that's wrote like that, but either way, somebody kicked a bucket while riding a roller coaster at Universal. I've never really covered anything about somebody dying at an amusement park. I thought that was interesting. Either way, then we got a video titled 3 officers killed, 2 injured in Pennsylvania shooting. And then the last little bit of the news is lefties losing it. And today it's titled Obama blames Trump for political violence. Of course he does. Then we'll be getting into the fun stuff. We have an unboxing today. I think it's from Meta. Then we'll be opening today's door of the Advent Calendar sent by Beck Frank. And we got our 2 funny videos of the day. First one was provided by Simply Witchy and it's titled Dunk. And our official funny video of the day was provided by Tiger Jaw and it's titled I Bet That Hurt. All of that's coming up next. But first we're going to hop in the chat and see how you hooligans are doing today. What is up, everyone over on jeffmaclive.com. What's up, Turbo? What's up, Snooks? What's up, Jay Spray? What's up, Guess I'm Jay? What's up, Matt? And what's up, Russell? Happy freedom, you hooligans. Appreciate all of you guys being on the website. And what is up, everyone over on Rumble? Guess some? I think you were first today. Appreciate you racing the chat. Thank you for being omnipresent. Happy freedom to you. Guess some. What's up, Turbo? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Elder Zoomer? Happy freedom. Turbo, you're omnipresent. Appreciate you. What's up, Maggie? Happy freedom. What's up, Elisa? What's up, Colty? What's up, Puff and Stuff? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Odd? Happy freedom to you. What's up, MU? Happy freedom. What's up, Too Old to Care? What's up, Bill Clay? Happy freedom to you, hooligans. What's up, Obnoxious Scott? What's up, Aaron? What's up, High Plains Drifter? What's up, Rappy? Happy freedom. I think we got everybody. What's up, High Plains Drifter? If I can get you already. Either way, you hooligans, hit that like button. See if you can get us on the front page of Rumble. And what is up, everyone over on Kick? Happy freedom to you, hooligans. And what is up, everyone over on Twitch? Matt Rogers, you're omnipresent. Appreciate you. And what is up, everyone over on the Goof Tube? Sweet Texas T, you were first today. Happy freedom to you. What's up, Tube Steak? What's up, Roller Skate Girl? Roller Skater Texas Girl. Happy freedom to you. What's up, Mike Ingalls? What's up, Parabellum? Happy freedom. What's up, Wendy? What's up, Shanti? What's up, Gold Blooded? Happy freedom to you. What's up, DJ? What's up, Cliff? What's up, Mr. Satan there? Happy freedom. Odd, you're omnipresent. Appreciate you. What's up, El Bardo? What's up, Southern Eagleman? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Agent O? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Virtual Cockpit? Happy freedom. What's up, Johnny? Happy freedom to you. You guys are all welcome to hit the like button as well. And what is up, everyone over on X? Happy freedom. All right, we're going to go ahead and get into things. Like I said, we're going to be starting this first video titled Meta Launches First Smart Glasses with Built-in Display. I don't know if this is going to be replacing smartphones or anything like that, but they have high hopes, like Hunter Biden high. Either way, let's get this pulled up real quick. Jesus loves us, YouTube. You coming to work today or what? Anyways, before we get into this, I want to remind you, hooligans, that we have these Hooligan Strong t-shirts. Now, this design was created by Alistair, and Alistair is a badass in just about everything he does. So I will be posting his link in all of the chats for you hooligans to have the opportunity to hire him for your creative needs, because if you think it, he can create it. Now, this design does come in shirts for men, shirts for women, tank tops for men, tank tops for women, pullover hoodies, zipper hoodies, coffee mugs, dog tags, and we even made steel tumblers out of this design. Today I got on the Plain Jane Jeff Mac t-shirt. We got lots of items and lots of designs over in the merch store. I'll be dropping all the links in the chats while we're watching this first video.
Meta has launched its latest smart glasses, and they are its first consumer-ready spectacles with a built-in display. Boss Mark Zuckerberg presented the new gadget at the firm's annual event for developers in California on Wednesday, though the tech sometimes let him down.
That's too bad. I don't know what happened.
The new gadget is dubbed the Meta Ray-Ban display and will go on sale later this month, priced from $799. It features a small digital display in the right lens for basic tasks such as notifications.
The display is large enough to watch a video or, read a thread of messages. It appears in one eye, it's slightly off-center so it doesn't block your view, and it disappears after a few seconds when it's not in use so it doesn't distract you.
But Zuckerberg is planning for a day when smart glasses can do much more. He says they are perfect devices for interacting with so-called superintelligence. That's AI that exceeds human capability.
Now, glasses are the ideal form factor for personal superintelligence because they let you stay present in the moment while getting access to all of these AI capabilities that make you smarter, help you communicate better, improve your memory, improve your senses, and more.
Meta has enjoyed some commercial success with earlier versions of its smart glasses, which also got updates Wednesday. But it's widely seen as trailing rivals like OpenAI and Alphabet in developing AI systems. The company has been recruiting aggressively in a bid to close that gap. One analyst told Reuters that Meta still had work to do in convincing people that smart glasses are a gadget they need. But he said there was scope for it to grab a big share of the market for such devices.
All right, like I said, Meta trying to strap AI to her face. I don't know. I don't think that's very necessary. And all the goggles and stuff always bring on problems, people trying to drive with it and stuff like that. We'll see if this version catches on. We're going to get right into this next video here. This next one is President Trump and British Prime Minister Starmer met Thursday, and here's what happened. This is just kind of a summary of what President Trump's been doing over there in the UK. Like I mentioned earlier, he's going to be back at the White House by like 8:10 p.m. Eastern time later today. So let's hear about his trip. Go ahead and hit that like button over on Rumble as well as the CommuTube, and let's get into this.
President Trump leaving Windsor Castle in King Charles after a day of pomp and pageantry.
A great gentleman and a great king.
Today, the president getting down to business, meeting with British Prime Minister Keir Starmer at his country estate. Trump and Starmer signing an agreement on tech investment and discussing other economic issues, including the president's tariffs.
We've never seen investment like this. Without the tariffs, we would have just a fraction of that.
The president ending his UK trip, taking questions with the prime minister.
We're also working together to end the killing in Ukraine. In recent days, Putin has shown his true face, mounting the biggest attacks since the invasion began.
The one that I thought would be easiest would be because of my relationship with President Putin, but he's let me down. He's really let me down.
Today's events follow a lavish white tie state banquet, King Charles toasting the president.
Mr. President, Mrs. Trump, it is with great pleasure that my wife and I welcome you to Windsor Castle.
And the president returning the favor.
This is truly one of the highest honors of my life. Such respect for you and such respect for your country.
President Trump is the first American president to ever receive 2 state visits to the UK. He and the First Lady returned to the White House this evening. Karen Travers, ABC News, the White House.
Okay, like I said, a little summary there of President Trump hanging out over in the UK. He's supposed to be back later today. Next up we got, he's let me down. Trump publicly rebukes Putin during UK state visit. As it sounds, it's President Trump talking about the Russia-Ukraine war and, well, how he doesn't approve of how things are going. It's coming up next, but first we're going to hop in the chat, see what you Hooligans think about these Meta smart glasses, as well as President Trump hanging out in the UK. Talking about the Meta glasses, they're saying that, or at least I wrote down, new Meta liberal style glasses has been built with AI. They're called the Ray-Ban Display. Uses a wristband for you to interact with the tech by doing hand gestures. It has built-in cameras. It's about 800 doll hairs, and they become available at the end of the month. Do you Hooligans think these are going to replace smartphones? And then once again, President Trump was hanging out in the UK, and he'll be back home later today. Hopping in the chat. If I stop pressing all the wrong buttons. There we go. What's up, Hair Juicer? Happy Freedom. Guess I will invent a smart thong and call it smart ass. I don't know. I think you're going to sell more smart thongs than they're going to sell smart glasses, depending on how much you charge for it. Salty Ragu, I'm high and hungry. That is quite the declaration. What's up, Relax? Happy Freedom to you. What's up, Cass? Happy Freedom to you. What's up, Beck Frank? Happy Freedom. What's up, Ghostly? Happy Freedom to you. Ghostly, if the EU won't stop buying oil from Russia, I say we sell Russia weapons. I mean, we're already funding both sides. Might as well just do the thing. What's up, TBD? Happy Freedom. Thank you for joining us over here on Rumble. Puff stuff, fuck Zuckerberg, Zucker thief, and anything Meta. Yeah. Well, what's really interesting is they own the Oculus. like the Oculus virtual reality goggles and stuff, Meta already owns that. So for them to come out with smart glasses it's very similar to the Oculus stuff, it's kind of them just doubling their doll hairs. Plus, I think they're similar in price, actually. What's up, Stoner? Happy Freedom. Ghostly, Meta owning Oculus killed VR. Yeah, I think so too. People had really high hopes for Oculus, and then it was bought by Meta. What's up, Shane? Happy Freedom to you. Russell leftists are pissed about them cutting down trees at the White House for the ballroom. They'll be all right. They'll be all right. I mean, unless they smug themselves, they'll be all right. What's up, Meta? Happy Freedom. What's up, Killer J? Happy Freedom to you. Roller skater Texas girl, kind of like a cop cam. Could be. What's interesting is I think Snapchat came out with glasses that had cameras on them like years ago. And so like the only difference between this and that is it's got AI in it. Otherwise, I think it's very similar. Wendy, it makes you smart. Yeah, I'm pretty skeptical of that too. Considering people are now developing AI psychosis, where they talk to AI so much that it blurs the lines of reality and they kind of lose where ground zero is, and they start to become delusional and stuff. That doesn't sound like AI making you smarter. And I don't think any of our tech really makes us smarter. I think it replaces us using our brain. What's up, Cooper? Happy Freedom. What's up, Mr. Lynn? Happy Freedom to you. What's up, Metallica? Happy Freedom. What's up, Argyle? Happy Freedom. Look what phones have done already. Yeah, absolutely. What's up, Scott? Happy Freedom. Well, don't work too hard here, Juicer. Turbo Smart Condoms. If it changes colors, you caught a STD. Anyways, moving forward here. Next up, we got He Let Me Down. President Trump publicly rebukes Putin during UK state visit. Let's get this pulled up real quick. This video is not very long. Come on, do the thing. Good Lord. I think what they need to do is they need to get like a cue card and spray it with President Trump's tan and just use that as the standard. Because it seems like every once in a while they go overboard on this tan stuff, and he ends up being like a little too dark to be considered tan. Either way, before we get into this, I'm going to remind you, hooligans, if you'd like to participate in Free Speech Saturday, make sure you post all of your memes over on Discord or on jeffmaclive.com. Just hop in the group chats on either platform. You'll see the tabs labeled memes. Drop what you got and we'll shout you out, as we're making Saturdays more fun. Now, like I said, President Trump here, he's looking pretty tan. And I really think they need to do something about that, because sometimes they put too many layers on, and they need to be able to hold that up to his face and go, nah, let's skip a couple days. He's starting to get a little too bronze. I don't know. It's just something I've been thinking. Either way, hit that like button over on Rumble as well as the CommuTube, and let's get into this.
Mr. President, you say that President Putin has let you down. Have negotiations run out of road, and what are your next steps to compel an end to this war?
Well, he has let me down. I mean, he's killing many people, and he's losing more people than he's killing. Yeah. I mean, frankly, the Russian soldiers are being killed at a higher rate than the Ukrainian soldiers. But, yeah, he said, let me down. I don't like to see. It's death. You know, it doesn't affect the United States. We have, other than unless you end up in a world war over this thing, you could. This was a thing that would have never happened had I been president. If I were president, it would have never happened. And it didn't happen for 4 years. Most people agree it didn't happen, nor was it close to happening. And I spoke to President Putin about Ukraine. It was the apple of his eye. I've said that many times. It was. But he would have never done what he did, except that he didn't respect the leadership of the United States. They just went through the Afghanistan total disaster for no reason whatsoever. We're going to leave Afghanistan, but we're going to leave it with strength and dignity. And we're going to keep Bagram, the big air base, one of the biggest air bases in the world. We gave it to them for nothing. We're trying to get it back, by the way. Okay, that could be a little breaking news. We're trying to get it back because they need things from us. We want that base back. But one of the reasons we want the base is, as you know, it's an hour away from where China makes its nuclear weapons. So a lot of things are happening, but I am very disappointed in the fact that that one's not settled.
All right, President Trump there talking about Putin and all of that. I don't know. It's kind of the one thing that they keep bringing up that is sort of true, saying, you know, President Trump was talking about the first week in office he was going to settle that. Can't get it settled because Putin and Zelensky don't want to end the war for their own reasons. So he has to keep mentioning it about how he thought it was going to be easy, but not so much because they're both very stubborn. We'll see how that turns out. Next up, we got Trump to designate Antifa as major terrorist organization. Let's just go ahead and hop right into that. It's a very short video, not even a minute long, so might as well just do the thing here. Now it's kind of exciting, but it'd be more exciting when it actually happens, when he actually like signs it into law. That'll be really exciting. Either way, hit that like button if you haven't already, and let's get into this.
The Trump administration cracking down on far-left organizations that have a history of funding and promoting violence and intimidation in the U.S. President Trump posted on Truth Social, "I am pleased to inform our many USA patriots that I am designating Antifa, a sick, dangerous, radical left disaster, as a major terrorist organization. I will also be strongly recommending that those funding Antifa be thoroughly investigated in accordance with the highest legal standards and practices." Reuters reports the White House is preparing an executive order on political violence and hate speech. A Trump administration official said on Wednesday specifics about the administration's plan, which could be unveiled later this week, are still being hammered out by Trump's top advisors, including Stephen Miller, the White House deputy chief of staff who has helped lead the response to Kirk's killing.
Okay. So like I said, really quick video there. President Trump making statements that he is going to designate Antifa as major terrorist. We'll see how that turns out when he actually signs that stuff into law. Next up, we got... We'll play these next three back to back. First one's, here's what Jimmy Kimmel said about Charlie Kirk, which is obviously about the whole situation where he's now being suspended indefinitely. Then the second video is President Trump reacting to ABC sidelining Jimmy Kimmel, obviously President Trump's reaction. And then we got a video titled, "This administration is scaring people into silence. Maxwell Frost decrees Jimmy Kimmel's suspension." This is Democrats crying, claiming that this is President Trump attacking free speech. It's all coming up next. But first, we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about President Trump designating Antifa as major terrorists, as well as President Trump talking bad about Putin because Putin wants to keep this war up. Jay Spray, is it illegal for citizens to shoot terrorists? I don't think so. It should be, but I don't think it is. That's why they were arresting Americans for shooting invaders. Jay Spray needs to stop making that statement because there's a lot happening and he's the president. Yeah. I wish he would stop saying that phrase that, you know, like last year the country was dead, but this year it's doing well and all that stuff. I don't know. I don't feel like that's reaching people. It needs to be reworded or something because it's not resonating with anybody. I don't hear anybody talking about that stuff. But he says it a lot. Almost every time he's in front of the press, he says it. Russell, Trump had a very productive time in the UK. Yeah, I think so. Saldragu, I don't have an AI girlfriend. She left me. I'm not even going to try. I already know. What's up, JF? Happy freedom. What's up, Vinny C? Happy freedom to you. Relax. The more orange the berry, the sweeter the juice. Is that how it works? He's the orangest of eagles. Totally care. I think they intentionally make him look orange. Probably. He just gets really brass colored and he starts looking like Arnold Schwarzenegger or something. Like when he was young and he'd be in the competitions and all that. Relax, he's just golfing more. Maybe, but they need to find like a happy medium. He's walking around looking like those people that do the panhandling where they like spray paint themselves to look like a statue and then they pose and sit on the bench for an hour trying to get some doll hairs. They start making them looking like that. What's up, Tony Rez? Happy freedom. Meta. Oops, we overdid it again with the tanning spray. You're fired. Yeah, like I said, I think they need a standard. They need to standardize it somehow, because I think they're doing it on a schedule. Like 2 or 3 days a week, he gets sprayed, gets a spray tan. But if he's golfing randomly or being outside longer than normal, then obviously that's going to affect the tone and stuff. So they need to come out with a standardized system to figure out like how orange is orange enough for the Orange Eagle. What's up, CJ? Happy freedom to you. Today's your birthday, CJ? Well, happy birthday to you. Hope today kicks ass for you. Thank you for sharing some of your birthday with us. Happy birthday to you, CJ. Oh, I'm glad you dig it, CJ. Yeah, I'm going to be adding new beats to the playlist pretty soon. We had to actually take beats off because Universal Music was claiming some of my beats as their own music, which is wrong. It's not. A lot of these beats don't even have IDs on them and stuff. I own copyright to them, but they're not distributed. And then Universal on YouTube is like flagging my videos for copyright strikes and stuff, which doesn't make any sense. I created these beats. I have legal rights over them, but we'll be adding new beats soon. What's up, Knox? Happy freedom. What's up, Bobby? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Marcy? Happy freedom. What's up, TT? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Slampire? Happy freedom. Oh yeah, I'm probably gonna have to go back to the doctor for my spider bite. Today is the last day of my, what is this shit called? Doxycycline. Yeah, today's the last day, and my spider bite is not better. It's not better at all. It hurts, and sometimes I can't walk. So I'm probably going to have to go back to the doctor, and I don't want to do that because they make me right every time I go there. Russell, we all beats off. I'm in from time to time. Then you see they're jealous of your beats. I know. They're some dusty bastards. What's up, Peyton? Happy freedom. What's up, Plastic Quack? Happy freedom to you. All right, hooligans. We're going to move forward here. Like I said, next up we got 3 videos all related to Jimmy Kimmel that we're going to play back to back. Let's get this first one pulled up real quick. As much as I hate seeing his stupid face, we're going to have to watch it 3 times back to back. Like I was saying, we got 3 videos we're going to play as a triply. This first one's titled, Here's What Jimmy Kimmel Said About Charlie Kirk.
We hit some new lows over the weekend with the MAGA gang desperately trying to characterize this kid who murdered Charlie Kirk as anything other than one of them and doing everything they can to score political points from.
Here's everything you need to know about the off-key monologue that got Jimmy Kimmel's show pulled indefinitely. The controversy began during Monday's show when the late-night comic started off by claiming that MAGA was using Charlie Kirk's assassination to score political points.
In between the finger-pointing, there was grieving. On Friday, the White House flew the flags at half-staff, which got some criticism. But on a human level, you can see how hard the president is taking this.
My condolences on the loss of your friend Charlie Kirk. May I ask, sir, personally, how are you holding up over the last day and a half, sir?
I think very good. And by the way, right there, you see all the trucks? They've just started construction of the new ballroom for the White House, which is something they've been trying to get, as you know, for about 150 years. And it's going to be a beauty.
This is not how an adult grieves the murder of someone he called a friend. This is how a 4-year-old mourns a goldfish, okay?
Kimmel then doubled down, sharing that it wasn't the first time since Kirk's murder that Trump redirected a question about the Turning Point USA founder back to the White House ballroom.
And it didn't just happen once.
When I heard it, I was in the midst of, building a great, for 150 years they've wanted a ballroom at the White House, right? They don't have a ballroom, they have to use tents. And they came in, they said, Charlie Kirk is dead. I didn't know what they meant. I said, he was dead. Charlie Kirk was shot.
And then we installed the most beautiful chandelier. You responses you wouldn't believe. There's something wrong with them. There really is. I mean...
Okay, so I don't know why they thought that was funny. It wasn't even kind of sort of funny. Anyways, like I said, we got a Tripoli. So next up, we have President Trump reacts to ABC sidelining Jimmy Kimmel.
Your
All right, hooligans, let's get those likes up and let's get into this.
Your Vice President Vance said that free speech is under attack in the UK. Do you agree with him? And Prime Minister, we saw the dismissal of a very well-known chat show host in America last night, Mr. Kimmel. Is free speech more under attack in Britain or America?
Well, Jimmy Kimmel was fired because he had bad ratings more than anything else, and he said a horrible thing about a great gentleman known as Charlie Kirk. And Jimmy Kimmel is not a talented person. He had very bad ratings, and they should have fired him a long time ago. So, you can call that free speech or not. He was fired for lack of talent.
All right, President Trump saying he was fired for lack of talent. Well, if that was the case, he'd never been hired, I suppose. Then we'll get into this last one here. It says, this administration is scaring people into silence. Maxwell Frost decrees Jimmy Kimmel's suspension. Democrats here crying to the normies, saying that President Trump is attacking free speech, which obviously is not true. But they're going to say it anyways.
Good afternoon. My name is Maxwell Alejandro Frost. I proudly represent my hometown of Central Florida here in the United States Congress. I want to thank Senator Chris Murphy and Congressman Jason Crow for their leadership on this important legislation to fight back against the Trump administration's attacks on the most fundamental freedom that we have as Americans, the freedom to speak, to dissent, and to criticize our government without fear. We should all be very fearful and scared of what we're seeing happening in this country right now. This administration is scaring people into silence, ridiculing reporters and blocking them from the White House, suing and extorting settlements from the media, threatening ABC over Kimmel, taking funding from nonprofits, intimidating businesses who cave to their demands. We need to be asking what will be left of this nation when the Trump administration is finished. And this isn't even about left versus right. It's not even about silencing certain political leaning. We've seen even right-wing news mainstream media outlets that are too scared to even question him at the most basic parts. This is about silencing criticism of Donald Trump, who believes that he's a king. Donald Trump doesn't want a democracy. He wants a throne, and his cronies are clearing the way. The president and his lapdogs here in the United States Congress, the vice president, the FCC chair, the attorney general, secretary of state, and congressional Republicans are implementing a dangerous agenda to punish their opposition. Fascism is not on the way, it is here. The First Amendment is how generations of Americans, from civil rights activists to labor organizers, American worker, LGBTQ plus activists, have fought for progress, and it is our power. And I say this as someone who has protested on the streets of my district, has been tear gas, mace, arrested, and jailed in the jail I now represent in Congress. So this is very personal to me. We cannot let the fear of speaking out become normal. We cannot allow truth-telling become a crime, and we cannot let them silence us. The NOPE Act is about strengthening the laws that protect the people from an administration that fears truth and fears democracy. An administration that wants to divide our nation, divide the working class, to distract from the fact that they're doing everything they can to enrich billionaires and to enrich mega corporations. That's exactly what happened with Jimmy Kimmel last night. The Oversight Committee will have more to say about this, what happened last night. But look no further than the fact that Sinclair is in the middle of an acquisition that the FCC has to approve. All of this ties back to money and people enriching themselves and bending the knee to Donald Trump to make it happen. This bill will give us another tool to fight back. And while congressional Republicans lie down and do nothing and enable this, Democrats will be advancing this bill, launching investigations, sending subpoenas to expose the ever-mounting corruption. When we don't have all the power we want, we use all the power we got, and that's what this bill is about. When we use every tool we have, especially our freedom of speech, to stand up to the onslaught against the American people, we can win. And I encourage my Republican colleagues to join us on this. Thank you.
Okay. So there's our 3 videos related to Jimmy Kimmel. Next up we have... Trump says that Charlie Kirk was the one who told him to get on TikTok. We got a couple of videos related to Charlie Kirk coming up. Let me see. Yeah. We got Charlie Kirk coming up next. First, we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about Jimmy Kimmel, the first video. Him being suspended indefinitely. Then we got President Trump responding to the news of him being suspended. And then Democrats crying and gaslighting, saying that Trump thinks that he's a king and that he's silencing free speech. They claim that fascism is here. They defend gay protesters. They're claiming that the truth telling is now a crime. It talks about a bill called the No Political Enemies Act, but they don't talk about what the bill actually is. And then, like I said, they just claim that President Trump is going after free speech, which is not true. Pam Bondi said some stupid shit, but President Trump didn't say that. So either way, we're going to hop in the chat. And then next up, we got some news related to Charlie Kirk. Russell, he got fired for not making money. He was up for a new contract. Yeah. Well, it doesn't matter. It's like if you go to any job, anywhere, if you're the employee, you can't just say whatever the fuck you want. And I'm not even talking about making fun of the death or assassination of somebody. There's a lot of things you can't say. Some jobs won't let you talk about sports because sometimes that's controversial. Or some jobs won't let you wear your favorite sports team's jersey, right? Is that an infringement on your free speech? You can't express your favorite football team? No, nobody fucking cries about that. That's why this is stupid. The lefties out there trying to say this is cancel culture and this is an infringement on free speech and blah, 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 blah. As long as you're an employee and you're not an employer, you haven't had free speech. So crying right now doesn't mean shit. Go like I said, 2 weeks ago, they could have been at work talking about wanting to kill somebody publicly, like in the lunchroom. They'd be fired for it. It has nothing to do with Charlie Kirk. These people are just raising a stink for nothing. Hair Juicer, the audience is required to react. They'll reshoot the scene if they don't get the reaction. I saw a Deal or No Deal live. It was 8 hours of torture. My hands hurt from being forced to clap. It kind of sounds miserable, Hair Juicer. I had a buddy that was on Jerry Springer once, and the entire show is like fabricated. Like the story and everything is all fabricated. He said he had a good time though. What's up, Simply Witchy? Happy freedom to you. Salty Ragu, Spider Mac. I know I'm still waiting on my powers. Snugs, I'm so sorry about the dang bite. I told you guys that's what was going to happen, that I was going to go to the doctor. They wouldn't know what was wrong with me. They'd make a diagnosis. The diagnosis would be wrong. They wouldn't help me, and they charged me too much money. They charged me $925 to go like this for 4 seconds on the back of my leg and then prescribed me some doxycycline that didn't fucking work. So glad I went and did that. Still a big ass hole in my leg. Like, I hate the damn doctor. I hate it. I hate everything about it. And it's funny because I kind of felt bad when I walked out of there. I'm like, man, every time I come in here, I act like an asshole. Like it's their fault. Like they're the ones that bit me in the leg. And now here I am a week later. I'm like, you know what? They deserve it. They're a bunch of fucking worthless fucks at the hospital charging people too much money. Anyways. And you should be taking oregano oil. I've never even heard of that. Beck Frank, yes, it's a spider bite. That'll be $945. Thank you. That's exactly what they did to me. That is exactly what they did. Bill Clay, did you wear your MAGA hat to the doctor? No, I was in black bloc. I thought it'd get me ahead of the line. Cass, that's crazy. That's what they do every time I go to the doctor. That's why I don't go. That's why I don't go. Unless my bones are on the outside of my flesh, I usually don't go. And it's because it's worthless. Hair Juicer, my heat stroke was 5,400. It's fucking crazy, Hair Juicer. It's their indirect way of telling us to just die. Duh, and they deserve it. All the doctors do is guess. Fuck them. Yeah, you're not wrong. What's up, DEFCON? Happy freedom to you. Obnoxious Scott, that's why it's a medical practice and not profession. Yeah, absolutely. Told the carrier, make sure you wear your 2A shirt. I'm normally just blacked out. It's like jeans, t-shirt, or black shorts, black shirt. That way they don't know who I am unless they recognize his face. My feed, no, it's a follow-up and the doctor didn't solve the problem. Yeah. I just don't want to give him another $900. Happy freedom to you, my feed. Oh, we got a raid here. The Nun Report. Let me see. Do we got the button? We do not. Here we go. Bang. Thank you so much for the raid. I really appreciate it. Badass. You hooligans go follow the Nun Report. Let me see. I'm going to get them pulled up here. You guys can go follow their channel there. There you go, hooligans. Go and follow the Nun Report. Cool stuff. Thank you so much for the raid. Simply Witchy, do you still have a bullseye on your leg? You mentioned doctor thought it was a tick bite. A bullseye tick bite is typically associated with Lyme disease. There's a test you can have them do to check if you still have bullseye. No, it's just like a rash that's like taking over my leg. They thought it was a tick bite. I told them it wasn't a tick bite. They treated me as if it was a tick bite. It's not healing. I assume it's not healing because they're treating me for a bite that I had already told them I didn't have. So I don't know. It's kind of, do I go to the doctor and have them waste my time and sign me up for another $1,000 bill that I'm not going to pay? Do I just take matters into my own hands and play doctor myself? I do have peroxide and rubbing alcohol and sharp tools in the other room. Or do we just wait and see what happens? I don't know. You know, maybe we could do like a drawing or something and we'll give you guys a whack at it. We'll have you guys sign up to play doctor. We'll see. Either way, read through. Guess I got a tick bite. Well, don't do that. Guess don't do that. So Wendy, happy freedom to you. Peyton, you gotta clean up your diet. How do I clean up my diet? I eat chicken, steak, and vegetables every day. That's all I eat. I don't eat anything else. So where do I go from here? Jeff, might be paralysis. I don't know what it is. I'm not a doctor. Not a gynecologist. I just play one on TV. What's up, David? Happy freedom to you. Lyme disease is the OG bioweapon. Yeah, I don't think I got Lyme disease, though. What's up, TV Green? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Kaya? Happy freedom. Happy freedom to you, Dudden, if I can get you already. What's up, Colty? Happy freedom. Thank you so much, Snooks, for that $20 donation over on Rumble. You're a badass, Snooks. Thank you so much for all your help, and thank you for the support, Snooks. Says, for food tomorrow after the doctor. Loves and hugs to the Hooligan family. Thank you, Snooks. Peyton, got a little cold? Nope, I do not have a cold. Guess I'm amputate. I don't know. If all else fails. What's up, Sage Pup? Happy freedom. Plastic quack, soak it in rubbing alcohol, then soak it again and again and again. That's what I've been doing. Meta, I might have a picture of my leg. I don't know. Let me see. No. I'll have to take one. What's up, Stern? Happy freedom. Stern, mix some water and baking soda. Make a little pat of it and then put it on the bite. It'll suck some of the poison out. Yeah, I've had a couple of people tell me to do that. Probably will later today. What's up, Techno? Happy freedom. Steel wool and Ajax. You know, if all else fails, I'm sure that will work. What's up, Christine? Happy freedom to you. Try Epsom salt, soak it. Yeah. What's up, Samson? Happy freedom. I use the paste and I think it works great. Yeah, I've had quite a few hooligans recommend it. What's up, Jeff S? Happy freedom. What's up, Smith? Happy freedom to you. Yeah, Brown Recluse got me. Falker. Dirtbag freedom. Did the doctor have purple hair? No, he had no hair. I have more hair than he does. But I'm taller than him. I'm taller than him probably by 8 inches too. I don't know. It was like an Oompa Loompa came to visit me. Guess I'm lucky he wasn't there. He's got Oompa Loompa phobia. I don't know if I'd have been able to stop Guessam from whooping that doctor's ass. He doesn't. The doctor has no idea. Has no idea. Argyle. I went to Jerry Springer and it was fun and very funny. They're all just clowns acting. Yeah. What's up, Tim Mack? Happy freedom. Guess did you draw circles to see if it's shrinking? No, but I can tell it's not shrinking because of the shape of my calf muscle. I showed you guys on the voice chat. I got like Hercules legs. I don't know why my legs are like that. Yeah, I carry these heavy nuts around, I guess. That's what I always tell people. No, I'm telling you. David, you should live in Australia. People think we have bad spiders, but I never died once. Yeah, that's like Beck Frank. We're surprised you guys even live to be adults, considering all the wild animals they're always showing us that live over there. What's up, Johnny Bride? Happy freedom to you. Shroomish Taco Bell. That's how we're gonna fix this. And Taco Bell did discontinue those steak burritos that I was bragging about the other day. I don't know if I could ever forgive Taco Bell for doing that. Them bastards. Jay, I've got them cow calves. I do. What's up, Top Kane? Happy freedom. Baking soda for scorpion meat. Tenderizer for stingray. Moist tobacco for bee stings. I've never heard of these solutions. I'll try to remember. Snooks put Diablo sauce on it. That'll probably fix it. That's probably the answer. Argyle, it will not shrink because of the blue pills. I'm not taking the blue pills. No, I don't need that. I don't need those problems. I need like the opposite of that. Either way, moving forward here, like I was saying, we got some Charlie Kirk stuff coming up. Now, I don't know why I wrote the videos like this, but I did. We're going to cover this first video, then we're going to cover the midlife break, and then we're going to cover another video related to Charlie Kirk. First one's titled, Trump says that Charlie Kirk was the one who told him to get on TikTok.
Just last
It's a really
week.
short video here. Then, like I said, we got our midlife break coming up. Hit the like button if you haven't already, and let's get into this.
Just last week, a great American, Charlie Kirk, was heinously assassinated for speaking his mind. He was a great young man, incredible future. Some people said he might be president someday. I told him, I said, Charlie, I think you have a good shot someday at being president. And he just wanted to take care of youth. He loved youth. I've never seen anybody relate to youth like Charlie, and they related to him, and they're devastated. But I appreciate the many British citizens who have offered their condolences. And again, Charlie was a great person. Charlie said, sir, you ought to get on TikTok. You'd be great. I said, really? Tell me about TikTok. And we, as you know, we did unbelievably well with youth, like at a level that no Republican has ever even dreamt of. And in what, look, I think we won it for a lot of reasons, but that was a reason we won the election by such a big number.
All right, President Trump there talking about Charlie Kirk influencing him to get onto TikTok, which he has said multiple times that he believes TikTok was a huge help in getting young people to vote for him. Next up, we got our midlife break, our funny video halfway through. We're going to go ahead and get into this in just a moment. Today, it was provided by Get Some, and it's titled Just a Little Scary. It's coming up next, but first I want to remind you, hooligans, if you'd like to join the membership program over on Rumble and become an official hooligan, all you have to do is click that big red subscribe button right below where you type in the chat. Now, if you're on Android and using the Rumble app, you're unable to see that big red subscribe button. So you got to open your browser, Go to rumble.com, log in, come to the live, hop in the chat. And like I said, right below where you type in the chat, you will see that big red subscribe button. Click that button and jump through the hoops, and your name will be highlighted as an official Rumble Hooligan. You'll have access to our custom emojis. We got chapstick emojis, scream and goat emojis, Klaus Daniels emojis, President Trump emojis, and more. It's a lot of fun during the live, especially during a Trump live. So definitely go join the membership program over on Rumble. Let's get this video pulled up. This is our mid-live break, our funny video halfway through. Let me see. Hold on a second. All right. Like I said, this was provided by Guessum, and it's titled Just a Little Scary.
Oh, let's do it. Oh,
It's just a little messed up. All right, hooligans, getting back into the news here. Like I said, we got another video kind of related to Charlie Kirk. Well, this is directly related to Charlie Kirk. This is a follow-up video. It's titled Latest Updates on Charlie Kirk's Shooting Suspect. This guy is in the news every damn day. I still think it's weird that we had to wait a year for Ryan Ruth, but this guy, it was like not even a week later, bam, he's already in court. Either way, like I said, latest update on Charlie Kirk's shooting suspect. Hit that like button if you haven't already, and let's get into this.
Classes resumed today at Utah Valley University, a week after the deadly shooting of conservative activist Charlie Kirk. The suspect, 22-year-old Tyler Robinson, has been charged with 1 count of aggravated murder along with 6 other counts, including obstruction of justice and witness tampering. Today, the Washington County Sheriff described the process of Robinson turning himself in.
He knew it was inevitable that he would be caught. He was fearful of a SWAT team hit on his house, or he was fearful of being shot by law enforcement. So part of the negotiation and getting him to bring himself in was that we would treat it as delicate and as soft as possible to make him feel comfortable to where he would show up at my office, and that's exactly what happened.
And CBS News reporter Andres Gutierrez joins us now with more on this. Andres, thank you very much for being with us there in Utah. Where do things currently stand in this case, and what else did we learn from officials today?
Well, Nancy, what stood out regarding this news conference is even though Tyler Robinson allegedly confessed to his parents that he, in fact, did carry out this assassination, he himself was afraid of getting shot by police. The Washington County Sheriff said today that they got a big break on the night of September 11th around 8:04. That's when a retired detective of his, someone he trusts very deeply, who also happens to know the Robinson family through church ties, ended up giving him a call. That friend told the sheriff that Robinson was here in Washington County and that his parents were working to convince him to turn himself in. At the time, Robinson was being described as distraught, even having some suicidal thoughts. His parents managed to talk him out of it and ended up agreeing to turn himself in. And from there, the sheriff ended up calling his counterpart in Utah County to alert investigators up there. And within the hour of that initial call, Robinson, his parents, and that retired detectives drove here to Hurricane Utah to the sheriff's office. Plainclothes officers met him there at the front door. He arrived just before 9 o'clock and was walked inside without incident. The sheriff said that Robinson knew that getting caught was inevitable. He was afraid of that SWAT raid, and so they negotiated the surrender to make him feel as safe as possible. And for 2.5 hours, he sat inside an interrogation room here with his parents. He wasn't handcuffed. It was given water until federal authorities came and picked him up. Nancy?
Andres Gutierrez, thank you very much for being on the ground for us.
Okay. So like I said, update there on what's going on with the shooter from the Charlie Kirk event there. Next up, we have Turning Point USA sees surge in schools wanting to start chapters. It's coming up next, but first we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about this update on the shooter there. Like I said, things are kind of moving along smoothly and quickly for this guy. They're saying that, well, first they had the officers describing what it was like for the shooter to turn himself in. They claimed that he was afraid of a SWAT raid. He's also afraid of being shot by police. I'm glad he's afraid. That's pretty much all I got out of the story. Either way, like I said, next up we got Turning Point USA sees surge in schools wanting to start chapters, which is good stuff. It's coming up next, but first we're going to hop in the chat. and I will show you guys this. This is from yesterday, I think. Yeah, this is from yesterday. That's what my leg looks like. It's not great, and it hurts. It hurts so bad I can't even touch it at all, and sometimes I can't walk. So now you know. That's what it looks like. It's pretty. Gonna get a girlfriend doing that. Anyways, read through. Simply Witchy, I think the school thing for TPUSA is fantastic. I do too. Guess some of my sources say that when they searched him, they found a gerbil. They did. Did they now? Searching his cavities and whatnot? Russell, let me put my gloves on. I'm gonna get ready for surgery. Yep, we're gonna need you, Russell. Guess circles worked. I got 3 tick bites. It's huge. Guess gonna have to get that looked at. I heard you say they stopped the steak burrito where you are too. Why do they do that? Why does Taco Bell come out with these fantastic burritos? They sit on the menu for 2.5 weeks, and then all of a sudden they just pull them, and then you're stuck with dog shit. Cast Spidey Mac? Yeah. What's up, Rotella? Happy freedom to you. Stop with the dick pics. I can't stop. Can't stop. Won't stop. Maggie, you're too young for blue pills. Well, what's funny about that is I know people who take them to hallucinate. Apparently, if you take enough of those hardening pills, they'll make you hallucinate. I've never wanted to hallucinate bad enough to do that, and I don't understand the science behind it. But I've had a couple people be like, "Hey, do you want some of these?" And I'm like, "No, that's a weird thing. Have a dude offer you a blue pill. That's very weird." And they're like, "Nah, if you take enough of them, it'll make you trip." Nah, I'm good on that. I'm just no, thank you. That's not for me. Maggie, their taco meat is mystery meat? Yeah. Oh, toxic hell. What's up, Kevin? Happy freedom to you. David, eat the spider to cure it. That might be what's going to have to happen. Beck Frank, who needs WebMD when you have hooligans? I mean, I would way rather trust the words of hooligans than WebMD. That stuff is like a hypochondriac's worst nightmare. What's up, Dusto? Happy freedom. You're eating a double-decker taco right now? Heck yeah. Now I'm going to be starving for Taco Bell. Bill Clay, is your spider sense tingling? Not yet. Guess Russell offered me one once. Poor Russell. No breaks. Okay, you can cure it with a green healing candle? I don't know. I don't believe in witchcraft. Man, you guys see the doctor again? Make them care for you? I've been begging human beings to care about me since the day I fell out of my mom. I don't think there's a way I can make people care about me. Stern, well, he admitted it, so it should go smoother than the normal mess because he confessed. Yeah, I suppose that's true. What's up, Larry? Happy freedom. Cheeky Chops, happy freedom to you. Taco Bell's full of poison, but it tastes good. Yep, just throw a little Diable on there. What's up, Anna Kims? Happy freedom. Techno, honey, and salt. I mean, at this point, I'm about ready to cleanse it with fire. What's up, Maria? Happy freedom. Anna Kim's Manuka honey. I have some of that. I'll have to try that, Anna Kim's. Thank you for letting me know. Corey Luca, happy freedom. On the border, 3-sauce fajita steak burrito and best burrito you've ever had. I believe it. What's up, Cliff? Happy freedom. Christine, oh my God, your leg looks horrible. Well, thank you, Christine. I will remember that when it's time to compliment you. What's up, K Walt? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Derek? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Rhonda? Happy freedom. Oh, I appreciate you, Rhonda. Russell looks like a birthmark now. Yeah, well, that's great. What's funny is when I go outside, I'm embarrassed about it. Like, not worried about losing my leg. Worried about people seeing me losing my leg. Colty, I'll give it a try. Oh, I appreciate you, Elisa. Peyton, you made ribs. That sounds fantastic. I don't know what I'm going to eat today. I had like 3 mixed drinks, and then I was like, yeah, let's go live. What's up, Grip? Happy freedom. Tony Rez, you should feel it to see if the babies are kicking. Sometimes I get a tingly feeling in my leg. I'm like, oh no, the spiders are trying to get out. And I hate it. I hate it. Walking around with this nightmare attached to me. And I'm not talking about Klaus Daniels. Kevin, can you shoot webs out your bum yet? If not, I'd be suing someone. Not out of my bum, I can't. I'll have to give that a try. The front end, maybe. What's up, Bugs? Happy freedom? Rotella, 3 drinks, the best way to go live. I agree. You're like, what anxiety? Anyways, moving forward here, like I said, Turning Point USA sees surge in schools wanting to start chapters. This is good stuff here. Finally got some good news. Come on, do the thing. All right, hooligans, hit that like button if you haven't already, and let's get into this.
There are roughly 3,500 Turning Point chapters at colleges and high schools across the country, including in our area. And Charlie Kirk's organization says they're prepared to add even more chapters as applications keep coming in every day since its founder's death.
It's been 1 week since Charlie Kirk's assassination.
It does show the evil that takes place in this world.
He was on campus at Utah Valley University on tour with his organization, Turning Point USA, which advocates for conservative politics.
It's terrible when you see something like that.
While Kirk had been known to be controversial, everyone I talked with told me the same thing.
People might not like him, but he was still a person. He was murdered at the end of the day, and I feel like we should just have some respect for him.
Since Kirk's death, Turning Point says it's received more than 50,000 applications from colleges and high schools wanting to start chapters to engage with other young conservatives.
I think that's amazing.
There are a lot of people who want their opinions to be heard.
In our viewing area, there are at least 5 colleges and 7 high schools with chapters. The colleges range from private to public, and some are Christian schools, including Palm Beach Atlantic University.
Yeah, I'm joining it. Yeah, we'd like to join. Yeah.
Students tell me, despite people speaking out against what Charlie Kirk stood for, they have seen people unified in condemning political violence.
I think it's a beautiful thing to see like 2 different sides find common ground and just evil and know right from wrong.
Now, Kirk's funeral service is set for Sunday in Arizona, and our local chapters told me that some people are trying to go on their own, but mainly they've already had their vigils, or some will be having a prayer service on campus for students. In the newsroom, I'm Kayla McDermott.
Okay. TPUSA growing by leaps and bounds there. They're saying more than 50,000 colleges and high schools have applied to be chapters. I'm not sure what it takes to apply or to qualify, but at least they're interested. It's good stuff. Next up, we got a follow-up video. It's about the Ryan Ruth trial. It's titled FBI Agent Says Safety on the Rifle Was Off. Now, I assume this is supposed to prove intentions, because when you're trying to deal with legal situations, they have to prove what your intentions were. And so I assume that's why they titled it that way, but it's a plethora of details coming up next. First, we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about TPUSA surging with these high schools and new colleges. Russell, the college I went to has a chapter, ULM. That's badass, Russell. What's up, Jagula? Happy freedom. What's up, Wong? Happy freedom to you. I think I just heard a house phone. Did you guys hear that? Did the people downstairs have a house phone? I feel like I'm at the doctor's office. Wong, I came to Rumble to curse. That's right. What's up, None Report? Happy freedom to you. I don't think anybody's talking shit. To me, maybe. Meta, I'm not joking or want to scare you. You can't cure that infection. You need an IV antibiotic, possibly cellulitis, cellulosis, and I'm concerned with a blood infection. You have to take care of you, or they have to take care of you. They're not going to, Meta. It'll be all right. It'll work out. Techno glitch. It's like Ben Kenobi said, if you strike me down, I shall become more powerful than you could possibly imagine. That's right. Techno, if people ask you, you got it wrestling with an alligator. I was thinking about blaming Klaus Daniels, but that's a much better story there. Cheeky Chops, what's on your index finger? I don't know which one of my fingers is my index fingers. Which one is it? What does it say? The re? Is it the re? This guy almost cut this finger off. It's ribbed for her pleasure. Kevin, it's the spiderlings. They're in your brain now. Well, I wish they'd give me some life advice. Yes, I could use all the advice. Colty, the links don't drop in the chat. The chat erases them immediately. You'll have to email it to me. Jagula, you need a good leeching. The leeches will suck bad blood right out of your body. Well, I mean, which finger? What do you guys want? What are we talking about here? Tell me what you're talking about. Stern, you're taking antibiotics? I was. Today's the last day. I got one more to take, and then I'm out of antibiotics. Corey Luca, your sister Melanie Mack went on a ride this weekend. Someone passed away yesterday on it. She was on the roller coaster. We're going to cover that story. That's crazy that she was on the roller coaster. She's not my sister, and we rated her, and she like shit on us for it. So no, she's not my sister. All right, hooligans, we're moving forward here. Next up, Ryan Ruth trial. It's our follow-up. It's titled FBI Agent Says Safety on the Rifle Was Off. Laces out. That's what it sounds like to me. Finkel is Einhorn or whatever. Either way, hit that like button if you haven't already, and let's get into this.
Some shocking new testimony in the trial for the man accused of attempting to assassinate President Trump. Moments ago, an FBI agent took the stand, and the agent, who is also a certified sniper, provided details about Ruth's rifle, saying the safety on the gun was off. News Nation's Brooke Schaefer live in Fort Pierce, Florida, tracking the very latest on this. Brooke, why are these details so significant?
Well, Natasha, that certified sniper on the stand just moments ago testified that he believes the safety on that gun was off for one reason, and that was, he testified, to engage and to kill the target. He also testified about the bullet that was in that rifle. He said because of the caliber of that bullet, he believes it would have only taken one shot to kill the target. Prosecutors have alleged that Ryan Ruth's target here was President Trump because he didn't like him and he didn't want Trump to get reelected. They have said he was waiting in this sniper's nest near Trump's golf course last year before being stopped by a Secret Service agent. The FBI agent on the stand this morning, Natasha, testified this hide was a good spot and pretty concealed. But what's interesting, Natasha, as this testimony is happening and as Ryan Ruth continues to represent himself, the jury, we have noticed, appears to be pretty engaged while the prosecution is questioning witnesses. But when Ruth gets up there, we've seen some jurors looking down, not really paying attention. And that's not really what you want to see if you are Ryan Ruth in this case, continuing to defend yourself as this case winds down. The prosecution says it could rest by today, if not tomorrow. Natasha?
And Brooke, we also started to hear from some people who know Ryan Ruth testifying to his character.
Yeah.
What are they saying?
Yeah, specifically, we heard from the guy who says he sold Ruth the rifle for $350. He says he remembers Ryan Ruth as being someone who was arrogant and threatening. We also heard from a former employee of Ryan Ruth's who testified about a letter allegedly written by Ruth and dropped off at this person's house months before the alleged assassination attempt. This letter was addressed Dear World, and it allegedly, again, was written by Ryan Ruth. It says, "This was an assassination attempt on Donald Trump, but I failed you." He added, "It's up to you now to finish the job." Ruth was very intent and locked in when he was watching this testimony, again, by people who know him. As he continues to say, he is not this person. He is kind and a nice guy who wouldn't do something like this. Natasha?
Brooke Schaefer tracking that live in Fort Pierce, Florida for us. Thank you.
Thank you for watching. Okay, update there on Ryan Ruth being batshit crazy. Nothing new. I'm more interested in like what the end of the trial is going to look like. Is he really going to try and appeal? You know, is he going to try and get a new trial or something like that? Because that's what they keep pointing out. Otherwise, I don't know. He just sounds like a loon. He's just making a fool of himself. They're saying that the jury seems uninterested while Ruth speaks in the trial. They mentioned former employee receiving a letter that was dropped off months before the attempt, saying that he had failed. So I don't know. He already knew he was going to fail, apparently. People that have met Ryan Ruth basically describe him as a loon, saying he's the crazy person we're looking at every day. Not good. Next up, Epic Universe guest dies after riding roller coaster, Universal says. It's an interesting story. It's coming up next. But first, we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about this update with the Ryan Ruth trial. Jay Spray, I don't think I would make the claim that I sold him the rifle. Yeah, Jay Spray, I don't think that's wise either. Russell Marine 1 had a hydraulic leak and had to land before delivering Trump to the Air Force One. Thank you for letting me know, Russell. Did you guys hear that Air Force One had to divert or something like that because there was another airplane that was like on the pathway to hit Air Force One? President Trump wasn't on the plane when it happened. But apparently some pilot wasn't paying attention and was going to fly right into Air Force One and ground control or whatever. That's probably space. Wherever the assholes are that sit there in the tower, air traffic or whatever, they were like yelling at the guy. Apparently they had to tell him like 13 times to change course because they were going to fly directly into Air Force One. What's up, Major? Happy Freedom? Yeah, Spirit Airlines. I'll check it out, Kevin. Thank you for letting me know. Jagula, is Jeff going to be on Pimple Popper? I don't think so. Green, is the area hot to the touch? Yeah, that's what the doctor said. I can't tell. I'm touching my own leg. But the doctor said it was hot. Report. It makes you sunburn easy? Yeah, that was the other thing that I thought was weird about this antibiotic. Is it says that you can develop sensitivity to light, which I was worried about because I'm sitting in front of like 5 ring lights right now. But apparently you can be sensitive to sunlight, which is interesting because I already live like a vampire. It's nighttime in my house all day anyways. But I thought it was weird. It's like you take medicine and now you just sunburn easy. That's fucking crazy. Beck Frank, I thought it was his grandpa's gun. No, that's... Oh, wrong assassin. Yeah. Yeah, you're talking about the other assassin. Okay, he doesn't look threatening? No. He looks cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Happy freedom to you, Third Railify. I don't know if Voldemort's near, but my leg hurts. Green, they may want to switch meds. I don't know what that is. Trimethoprim with some other stuff. I will see, TV Green. I don't know if I'm going back tomorrow or the next day. I wish I didn't have to go back at all. Since they're not going to fix me, they're going to charge me too much money and piss me off. Matt Rogers, it's when the helicopter stops leaking that you worry. That means it's out of fluid. Yeah, exactly. Russell, I'll film the amputation. It's a first. That's right. For training purposes. What's up, Mike T? Happy freedom. A day walker. a bit of a day walker myself. Oh, you're not did see Beck Frank. Come on now. What's up, Lisa? Happy freedom. No, I don't have antibiotics for VD. You got to get some action to get VD. What's up, Teacher Dave? Happy freedom. What's up, Mustang? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Spirit Matter? Happy freedom. Corey, I still can't believe you referred to Melanie Mack as my sister. It's not my sister. I also found out she's like in her 40s. I didn't realize that. Alright, hooligans, we're going to move forward here. Like I said, somebody died on a roller coaster, something along those lines. They became unresponsive on the roller coaster and then died later on. I don't know. I've never covered a story like this that I can remember. Come on now. There we go. Either way, hit that like button if you haven't already, and let's get into this.
And thank you for joining us on this Thursday. I'm Meredith McDonough.
And I'm Alan Kimmel. Let's get you right to that breaking news this morning.
Look at some of this exclusive video from Chopper 2. This is what it looked like after Universal says a person died after riding the Stardust Racers.
This morning, we begin our team coverage with West 2's Bob Hazen live outside Epic Universe. Bob, Universal says that person became unresponsive.
Yeah, and that's really all they're saying about what happened out here, although they do also clarify that the person did not fall off the ride, and they call this a tragic event. Now, as you guys said, we had Chopper 2 up over Epic Universe last night, a short time after this problem started, and we could see workers here hugging each other, clearly emotional about what happened and what they had seen. We could also see investigators from the Orange County Sheriff's Office looking at the Stardust Racers ride. It was a little after 9 p.m. when paramedics were called here to the park for that patient who we are told died at the hospital. Universal has not explained what caused the issue yet, but they did release a statement saying, quote, Universal is cooperating with the Orange County Sheriff's Office following a tragic event involving a guest at Epic Universe on Wednesday night. The guest became unresponsive after riding Stardust Racers and was transported to the hospital where the guest later died. We are devastated by this event and extend our sincerest sympathies to the guest's loved ones. We are fully committed to cooperating with this ongoing investigation. The attraction does remain closed. Now, Universal did clarify again that the victim did not fall off the ride, but nothing else about what might have led to that tragic event. Covering Orange County live at Epic Universe, Bob Hazen, WESH 2 News.
And Bob, we know that ride is closed today. I'm Christina Watkins, continuing our team coverage. This is what you'll see when you log on to the Universal app right now. It reads, closed today when you look under Epic and search attractions. This racing coaster is one of the most popular rides at Epic Universe. Look at it. It's a dueling coaster and it is a thrilling beast. It takes riders at speeds up to 62 miles an hour, up to heights at 133 feet along 5,000 feet of track. And if you look here from Chopper 2, you can see there are two sides racing each other on a green track and a yellow track. And at one point, the two coaster vehicles performed this inverted crisscross right there while speeding through the air. They call that the celestial spin. Stardust is by far the longest coaster ever created by Universal Orlando and its manufacturer, Mack Rides. And like all of the rides at Epic, Stardust went through extensive testing before it even opened. Take a look. It needed to have 80 consecutive hours of flawless testing. Now, before you get on the ride, Universal does warn about how this coaster can include sudden and dramatic acceleration, also climbing, tilting, and inversion and dropping. You also have to be at least 4 feet tall. And it warns people should not ride if they are struggling with blood pressure, heart conditions, back or neck issues, sensitivity to strobe lights, motion, and fog. Not to mention expected moms or people who just had surgery recently should not ride Stardust racers. All of this according to Universal safety guidelines. The park also requires people to put any loose items in a locker. They even have to go through a metal detector before getting on this coaster. Alan?
Okay. So it's a little funny the way they did that video there. Like this guy, he became unresponsive on the ride. Nobody knows why. He went to the hospital and then he died. But the ride is really safe and it's a lot of fun. Let's talk about it. And that's so they do it the whole rest of the video. It's like by the time you got to the end of it, you didn't even realize they were talking about a guy dying. He's like, nah, 80 hours of testing and all this other shit. I'm like, oh, that's fantastic. Cool. Can't wait for you guys to open it back up, you know, because the guy died and all of that. That's great. So, I don't know. Fucking wow. Either way, next up, we got 3 officers killed, 2 injured in Pennsylvania shooting. Just more bad stuff. There's a goofy thing in this video, too, where they mention AR-15 that just may not have anything to do with the story at all. They just wanted to talk about AR-15s in the middle of the shooting story. Of course. It's coming up next, but first we're going to hop in the chat and see what you hooligans think about this eventful thing that happened there at Universal Studios. Matt Rogers looks fun. It does look fun. I wonder how the guy died. I wonder if he had a heart attack and like passed out or something like that and then died from the heart attack at the hospital. Jagged, man, I freak the fuck out on Ferris wheels. I actually don't like Ferris wheels either. I don't mind being on roller coasters. Sometimes I get motion sickness, but most of the time I'm fine on roller coasters. But I don't like being on Ferris wheels, especially if you get up there with assholes that like to rock the thing and try and get it to flip and all that. I do not like that at all. Cass, you don't like heights? Yeah, I don't like heights either. Wong, I don't know what that is. Ghostly, I found something saying he died from multiple blunt impact injuries. Damn, I wonder what happened, because they said repeatedly that he didn't fall out of the coaster. I wonder what happened. Totally care, I like coasters, just not going upside down. Yeah. Bill Clay, that's why I don't go on those rides. It's true, you can't die on the ride if you don't ride the ride. Rappy, that's a no from me. Bright Gaming, thank you so much for the raid. Holy. Thank you so much for the raid. What a badass, Bright Gaming. Russell merry-go-rounds make me sick. Give me a coaster. Yeah, that's how I am too. I can't ride anything that spins in circles. Ghostly, poor maintenance, track slipped and he got hit by part of the supports. Just a guess. Could be. Kind of not surprised that this happened. If, like, you know, we got planes falling out of the sky, we got planes falling apart in the sky, and all kinds of other stuff falling apart and just not making sense altogether. Now it's down to the coasters. What's up, Lurkin? Happy Freedom, and thank you so much for the bits over there on Twitch. Really appreciate you, Lurkin. Thank you so much, and happy Freedom to you. What's up, Rich? Happy Freedom. Rich, the old, I don't know what that is. Excelsior Park in Minnesota had a roller coaster. It was condemned. What is this? Condemnative numerous times, but they kept opening it up so someone else gets hurt. This was back in the 60s. Really? Was it? I don't know that much about it. I never really hear of people getting hurt at amusement parks or anything like that. I'm sure they keep it quiet. Oh, I appreciate you sticking with us, Teacher Dave. Hair juicer. At Six Flags, 2 people fell out of Viper. They just left crime scene tape. No, why can't I talk? Crime scene tape on the failed seat and kept running it. Weeks later, no lines. It's crazy, hair juicer. These people, they care so much about money. Russell, remind me of the Texas Giant coaster in voice chat. I will make a reminder, Russell. What's up, Appeal to Heaven? Happy Freedom to you. Kevin, there's a spot downtown that makes homemade ice cream in store. Not like that Cold Stone crab, but real ice cream. It's so good. It sounds good, Kevin. Meta Claus needs to take care of those commie spiders. I know. He does. Just let me get all bit up. Alright, hooligans, we're moving forward here. Like I said, next up we got 3 officers killed, 2 injured in Pennsylvania shooting. Now, before we get into this, I want to remind you, hooligans, that our friend Larry could really use your help. Larry's in need of a kidney transplant, and he's recently been in and out of the hospital. I put together a page for him over on the website. It's got his story, his information, links, and all kinds of details. If there's any way you can help our friend Larry, please go check out his page over on the website. Let's get this pulled up, you hooligans. Come on now, do thing. Goofy ass YouTube.
3 police officers.
I didn't tell you to start yet. Either way, moving forward, hit that like button if you haven't already. And let's get into this.
3 police officers are dead, 2 others in critical condition after a shooting in rural Pennsylvania. The officers were following up on a domestic-related investigation when the gunfire erupted, and the state's governor, Josh Shapiro, rushing to the scene and delivering this plea to the public.
This kind of violence isn't okay. We need to do better as a society. We need to help the people who think that picking up a gun, picking up a weapon is the answer to resolving disputes. We need to do better when it comes to mental health. We need to do better when it comes to looking out for those who are in need so we don't have to deal with tragedies like this.
Joining us now at the very latest here in studio, we have NBC's Stephen Romo. What a tragedy. What else do we know about what happened?
Yeah, just an awful situation. This set off a huge panic in the area. There were schools on lockdown yesterday. Neighbors were terrified. We do know from officials that they say this threat is over because the officers returned fire and the suspect is now deceased. This started off when officers were headed to this farm to serve a warrant for a domestic-related incident. Of course, we hear from law enforcement all the time. These are some of the most dangerous calls for them to intervene in. than, as we can see, it seems to have played out here. Now, at some point, a gunfire erupted. The details on how exactly that unfolded, that is not clear right now. But those 5 officers were shot. 3 of them were killed. 2 of them are still in critical condition. Now, their names have not been released, nor have which agencies they worked for. Officials being very careful not to reveal who these people are before all of their families have been notified. We do expect to get an update later this afternoon, hopefully with that information. The officers have not released the suspect's name either, Alex, but we do have some court documents that show there was a man found on that property by a trail camera. He was captured on this trail camera with an AR-15 style rifle on Tuesday. Law enforcement not yet confirming this is the incident that set it all off. We're hoping that we'll get some more information from them later today. But you can just imagine the panic in this area. First, the school's on lockdown, hearing about this shooter, and people getting alerts on their phones about all of that. And then to find out in the same community that 3 of their officers had died. And back in February, this same area, an officer died at a hostage situation at a hospital. So in this relatively small area, they've dealt with a lot of tragedy this year. It's just an awful situation.
It is. People must be so on edge, understandably so. Stephen, thank you so much.
Okay. Crazy people doing crazy things. They had the governor out there being real dramatic, saying, well, you should think differently and feel differently, and if you do, then the world would be a better place. Well, that's not going to change anything. Officers went to a farm for a domestic dispute. Probably 2 guys, one dressed up as a cat. You never know. 2 injured officers are still in critical condition. They mentioned the man being caught on camtrail or on a trail cam with an AR-15, but it may not be related to the story in any way. They just wanted to randomly bring that up because it was an opportunity to talk about AR-15s, the big scary guns. Then they also mentioned the schools in the area went into lockdown because of this. Now, I don't know if they went into lockdown because they mentioned an AR-15 or if it was actually because this guy had shot 5 people, but either way, hopefully they tune that piece of shit up. Next up, we got the last little bit of the news before we get into the fun stuff. It is lefties losing it, and today it's titled Obama Blames Trump for Political Violence, which isn't necessarily shocking. It's coming up next, but first we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about this piece of shit shooting 5 cops. Guess some domestic call is always the most dangerous. Yep. Well, it's just like dealing with friends that are like going through relationship problems. It's like it's something you never want to mess with, because if you do, you try to help them fix it, but all that happens is they team up against you. You end up being the bad guy. That's how it goes. Cass, you're cracking me up today. Tony Rez, why haven't they released the suspect's name? It's a good question. Jagular, oh really? It's not okay? Yeah, exactly. I don't know what the governor thought he was doing. They need to enforce the law. That's what they need to do. Beck Frank, remind me to put the rubbish bins out in voice chat. Are you talking about trash cans, Beck Frank? You know I don't speak Australian. Come on now. The rubbish bins. That sounds like a negative alternative for talking about a hoo-ha. She needs to wash that rubbish bin. You hear that, Klaus Daniels? He's over here slow blinking me. He's like, that was a good one. My feed, Obama's the wrong person to be talking right now. He should just keep his opinions to himself. Kevin, I'm a hermit, so I don't have to deal with people. I even live out in the country. Yeah, it's the way to be. Less people, less problems. Rich, and people might cite Antifa as a terrorist group. Minnesota Attorney General Keith Ellison is an Antifa member. Isn't Antifa member. Can we get that lucky? Let's see. President Trump might cite Antifa terrorist organization. Well, he said it in a post, but it hasn't been like wrote into law or anything like that. But we'll see how everything turns out. Argyle, he was tripping on the blue pills. He might have been. He might have been. Yeah, Jay Spray, exactly. That's what you were picking up when I was laying down there. Now Beck Frank's calling me a bugger. That's racist. It's just racist. It's unnecessary, Beck Frank. Calling me slurs and slandering me. Anyways, moving forward here, we're getting to the last little bit of the news before we get into the fun stuff. Like I said, it is lefties losing it. And Rita's still with us today. No substitutes. As if there could be a substitute for Rita. Come on, goofy ass YouTube. You get on my nerves today. Now that's an O-face if I've ever seen one. Anyways, this is titled Obama Blames Trump for Political Violence. Go ahead and hit that like button over on Rumble as well as the CommuTube. And let's get into this.
And it's time for Lefties Losing It. And they're not only losing their minds, their tenuous grip on reality and their moral compass, lefties are also losing their jobs. Painfully unfunny, low-rating, tedious, afflicted comic Jimmy Kimmel is off air indefinitely, perhaps forever, after his shocking remarks regarding conservatives, regarding Charlie Kirk and the alleged assassin.
We hit some new lows over the weekend with the MAGA gang desperately trying to characterize this kid who murdered Charlie Kirk as anything other than one of them and doing everything they can to score political points from it.
And if that wasn't bad enough, he thought it'd be a good idea to launch into a diatribe mocking President Donald Trump's grief for Charlie. Jimmy got hit with the karma truck, and perhaps he should have listened to his own advice. Only last month, he was speaking with fellow TDS afflicted comic Sarah Silverman and decrying those on the left who are repelling people from the Democrats, repelling them by saying awful stuff. Look in the mirror, Jimmy.
It's the loud voices that scare people from saying what they believe and make you think twice about a joke or whatever, these things. And, a lot of their points are valid, but a lot of them are also just repulsive. And I mean, they repel people.
And during that chat, we found out just how demented these two are because they are still bleating about fleeing the country, fleeing Trump's America. What are they waiting for? Be gone, miscreants.
Well, a lot of people I know are thinking about where they can get citizenship. And
I do have Italian. I did get Italian citizenship.
You do?
I do.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I do have that. And what's going on is as bad as you thought it was going to be.
Way worse.
It's so much worse. It's just unbelievable. Like, I feel like it's probably even worse than he would like it to be.
Probably, yeah. I mean, I do. Every once in a while, I'll Google Trump regrets or MAGA regrets just to see all the people that I'm not.
I thought this woman was dead until today.
It makes me hope that maybe this will bring people together.
These people are divorced from reality. They're almost beyond parody. I mean, how do you even mock that? For the record, every poll of Republican voters shows that there is no regret, that Republicans are terribly happy with their man. And those two miserable moaners also said that Trump's America is so much worse than their worst fears. But they're still in America. They have all the money, all the resources in the world to live wherever they want, and they remain in America. Now let's hear from Kamala's former boyfriend, Montel Williams, who had this sick take on Tyler Robinson.
I don't believe he was motivated politically. I think this was motivated emotionally. I think this was a emotionally stunted person who literally, when I say it this way, just hear me, tried to defend his significant other, not trying to defend some ideology.
But although I do think there's clearly an ideological difference. So that's why I played about what they said about the family. I mean, the ideological difference that he was reacting to.
Now, the media lies and lies by omission continue, but every now and then they get called out. Listen here as Ted Cruz takes on Caitlin Collins' absurd claims that we have no idea why Charlie was murdered. The motives are unclear.
You said a lot there, and we don't have a motive yet. We don't know yet. We're waiting. Obviously, we've heard what the governor's had to say, what the FBI director said today.
Come on, we don't have a motive yet.
We know.
We don't have a motive yet.
What's
really?
happening with?
Really, that's CNN's position.
I mean, from law enforcement,
he just happened
Senator.
to fire the gun in celebration. You can't tell the motive.
Senator, that's not what I said. And I said law enforcement hasn't laid out a direct motive. They've laid out a lot of evidence here of these messages and what
actually
the
they
shooter
have.
said
They've
to
said that
family
he was a
members
left-wing
and to
activist who
roommates.
hated Charlie Kirk.
Yes, an absolute lie on CNN. Authorities have been clear in telling us that this individual was a far-left radical who hated Charlie and the so-called hateful message he was spreading, i.e. the truth. But Caitlin was determined to be embarrassed again. Watch her double down by making objectively false claims.
I'm saying that law enforcement has not put a specific motive. You know that there's a difference of what they're putting in a legal argument than what you're talking about. And you're not even we're not even arguing about the facts here.
What you just said is false,
Senator,
Caitlin.
No.
Caitlin, facts. Hold on a second. Let me answer your statement because what you said is factually
Senator, with all
false.
due respect,
law enforcement.
With all due respect, you're putting a lot of statements
okay, go ahead,
that I
give
did
your
not
speech.
say. And I want to get back to. We just laid out the facts.
You
in the
just
opening
said
of the
law
show,
enforcement has not laid out a motive. That is objectively false.
And we just spoke to the Deputy Attorney General.
That is objectively false.
They
what
have not
you are
set a
saying
concrete
is
motive of
objectively
exactly
false,
what it was.
and
They've laid out
CNN should
every
not be
evidence that we
engaged
know
in
so far.
misinformation. Caitlin, answer my question.
It's not
Have you seen the
misinformation,
polling
Senator.
that shows the vast majority of
You were
Democrats
taking what I
believe
said
this murderer is a
about
Republican
that.
and a Trump supporter? Have you seen that polling?
Let me get back to my questions, though, Senator, because the question here
You're not going to answer that
was
question?
actually
Are you going to answer
what
that
you were
question?
saying
You
about
have seen that
investigations
polling.
that you'd like to see.
So you're not going to
Senator,
answer the
I'm the
question?
one asking the questions here.
Yes, you are asking the questions and answering them yourself, Caitlin. Will we hear from Senator Cruz at some point, I wonder? Will he be allowed to utter a single sentence without Caitlin talking over him?
And the question...
No, we're having a conversation. I understand that you want to say things that are factually false, and then you don't actually want the facts. You don't actually want the facts laid out.
Now, former President Barack Obama thought he'd weigh into the Charlie Kirk murder and the debates about unity and extremism. Apparently, it's all Donald Trump's fault. Everything was fine under Barack. Just ask Barack.
We have to recognize that on both sides, undoubtedly, there are people who are extremists and who say things that are contrary to what I believe are America's core values. But I will say that those extreme views were not in my White House. I wasn't embracing them. I wasn't empowering them. I wasn't putting the weight of the United States government behind extremist views.
That needs a swift response. Let's bring in host of Sarah Gonzalez.
All right, that is lefties losing it there, losing their marbles. That is all the news I have for you guys today. We got the fun stuff coming up next. We got an unboxing, and I believe it's from Meta. And then we're going to be opening today's door of the Advent Calendar sent by Beck Frank. And we got our 2 funny videos of the day. First one was provided by Simply Witchy, and it's titled Dunk. And our official funny video of the day was provided by Tiger Jaw, and it's titled I Bet That Hurt. All of that's coming up next, but first we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about lefties losing it. Matt Rogers can't stand how he speaks, talking about Obama. He speaks very, like, condescending. It's like everything he says is looking down at you, you know, like looking down his nose at you. Jay Spray, she looks hot with a touch of downs. Touched by her dad, maybe. Jesus. It's not Saturday yet. We gotta reel it in. Cass, yeah, I did see that. Jackie, it's ma'am. Yep. Tony Rez, that handsome lady got owned. She does. She does on the regular. What's up, Lander? Happy Freedom. Ted is a big nothing burger. Yeah. And he's Canadian. He puts on a good Texas act, but he's actually a Canadian. Bill Clay, Obama was talking to a bunch of SEALs. Yeah. It was just like the Jimmy Kimmel show. They were all told when to clap and laugh. MU looks like he's aged multiple years. It's because his bottom end is loose. Mike's being too hard on him lately. Jaggedly, yep. It's all an act. Lisa, Obama's a piece of shit, arrogant asshole. Yeah, I agree, Lisa. Tell us how you really feel. Guess who? Same bunch crying over Jimmy is the same group who were partying over Alex Jones. Yep, it's true. That is true. What's up, DB? Happy Freedom? DB, I don't know anyone who regrets voting for President Trump. Yeah, I don't either. I haven't seen anybody like explicitly say they regret it. Here, geez, I thought Cruz is Mexican. I mean, he might be Mexican, but he's from north of the border there. He is from Canada. We looked it up in the voice chat. I don't remember what we were talking about. I think we were talking about the convoy. And the People's Convoy, Ted Cruz met up with them a couple times. He even came out to the Hagerstown Speedway or wherever they were to do a little speechy speech. And he made all these promises and stuff about how he was going to, you know, get the word out about the People's Convoy, and they were going to try and end the emergency act that was still in place at the time that was causing mandates to be used as laws, and it kept our rights suspended and stuff. Of course, none of that happened. Ted Cruz just made a show of everything and grifted the fuck out of it, but we were talking about it in the voice chat, and I looked it up, and yep, he's a fucking Canadian. Which is fine if you're a Canadian, but being a Canadian masquerading as a Texan and being elected into office, like, that's fucking different. You know, that's different. Most people don't realize Ted Cruz is a Canadian. He just LARPs as a Texan. I'm more Texan than he is, and I've never even been there. Major is a Cuban Canadian. Rough life. Green, Cruz gave the People's Convoy a bunch of lip service for photo ops. Exactly. Exactly. Bobby Johnson. Even the Antichrist thinks the lefties are evil. Watching those fools masquerade around as zebras and whatnot, bitching about everything in life. And they smell bad. It's like, how bad could they be? Awful. They're awful. Either way, it's time to get into the fun stuff. Like I said, we got an unboxing coming up. Then we're going to be opening today's door of the Advent calendar sent by Beck Frank. And we got our 2 funny videos of the day. But before we get into this, I'm going to remind you, hooligans, if you would like to support the live to keep us running, you're welcome to use the links in the description in order to send donations. You can do that by using PayPal, Cash App, Stripe, Zelle, Venmo, Locals, Buy Me a Coffee, or you can even send crypto. Now let's see what we got today. You all right? You having a moment there? Did you just pee your pants a little bit? I grabbed this and Klaus Daniels about died. Would you come on? Get from underneath my feet. You're doing too much. Yeah. Jesus loves us. Now, I will say when I first opened this, just to check it for security reasons, I was concerned. I was concerned. Now, I didn't open it all the way, but as you can see, this is how it came out of the package. Now, when I originally opened this, there was like plastic, like clear plastic wrapped around it. And as I was pulling it out, I started seeing that the plastic was torn in certain areas and everything was rolled tightly. And so as I was unraveling it, I started to become concerned that as I unraveled it, that something was going to happen. And I started to scare myself into thinking this could be an explosive. And so my heart sank as I pulled this out of the package because I thought nobody was going to watch me die. And I was concerned about that because I wanted people to know what was going to happen to me. But that's not what happened. And so, I mean, whoever thumbs down my video, I'm sorry to fucking ruin your day. But I was actually concerned when I first opened this because I thought maybe that my life was going to be over. But either way, got a little something here. What is this? Bees Bounty hot honey infused with chilies. Look at this. I wonder how hot this is. I wonder if this is like smoke yourself hot. It is. I can't show you. I don't have a way to show you guys I can think of. It's like you can't put the light through it. I don't know if you can see how dark this is, but it's like the light does not want to go through it. I kind of want to test it. I wonder how hot it is. It's probably really fucking hot, since that's the whole deal here. We are going to have to test this at some point. Let me see. Should we do it today? I mean, we could do it today. I mean, especially if I'm going to go to the doctor tomorrow, right? That makes sense. Let me get a spoon, and we're going to try this really quick, and then we're going to see what we get from the advent calendar here. Just a moment. Let me grab a spoon really quick. Oh, let's see how this goes. I wonder what it smells like. It doesn't smell like anything. Or my nose doesn't smell it. It smells like honey, which is good. That's a good first step there, I think. Okay. Let's give this a little try. Now it looks like regular honey. But because my eyes sort of work, I know that it's not. Okay, before I make a mess here. Oh no. Cheers, hooligans. So far, it's just like honey. It's a little spicy. Oh, the aftertaste is... Oh, it's spicy. Holy. I got the spicy stuff all over my desk. Oh, it's like... It's like what she said. It's in my throat. Holy. Holy heat. What do you put this on? It is hot. It is hot. It's not too hot, but it's hot. It's summer day hot. What do I do with my wipes? I'm going to need to wipe the other end here in a second. Jesus loves us. It's not bad. It's not bad. Thank you, Meta. I really appreciate it. I gotta clean the stuff off my desk before I get it all over the place. Holy, I'm lucky I can get it all down my face. I'm just quoting her, by the way, at this point. It's just, that's what she said. Anyways, it's hot and it's sticking with me. Oh, I don't know what you put that on. It's sweet, but it's hot. Oh, okay. What are we doing? Thank you so much, Meta. Really appreciate it. Now we're going to see what we get from the advent calendar sent by Beck Frank. Oh, goodness. Today is day 11. My whole face is sweating. What is that? Who? I am hot. Now, what is this? This is something. What is this for? Is this for the booklet? It's not for this. I don't know what this is. This is what we got. Now, it's got Skyrim on it, and it's got a sticky side, but I don't know what you put in its little pocket here. not your wiener. Stop that, okay? Something goes in the little pocket here, and we're gonna have to figure that out. Either way, mystery unsolved. But I appreciate you, Beck Frank. Thank you so much. Something goes in the pocket. Either way, moving forward here, let's get into our funny videos before I melt. It's sweet, but it's hot. It's like spicy napalm. That's what it's like. It's like stuck everywhere in my mouth and in my throat, and it's hot. Yay. Anyways, first funny video of the day was provided by Simply Witchy, and it's titled Dunk. Holy. Nah, I'd have to whoop someone's ass after that. It's too much. Getting into our official funny video of the day. Let's get this pulled up. This was provided by Tiger Jaw, and it's titled, I Bet That Hurt.
Help me build this fire back up. All right, Oh, I got tear in my eyes. Are you okay?
Stuck the landing. Honestly, that's what it looks like here. Like, those guys could be just right down the street. They might be, because that is what people around here be doing. Either way, that is all the coffee I had for you guys today. I'm gonna grab this Linktree link really quick. We're gonna read through, and we got the Pledge of Allegiance coming up next. Alright, hooligans. There is the Linktree link where all of my links are listed. So if you'd like to make donations, join membership programs, or purchase any merch, really appreciate it. All of your guys' contributions keep us running every day except for Sunday, because we got to have a day to recharge those batteries. Definitely go join Discord. Discord is our free hooligan community. It's the best way to be notified every single time we go live. The hooligans are there keeping the conversation going 24/7. And we have 2 news boards to keep you up to date with everything going on around the world. So definitely go join Discord. If you're feeling real saucy, go join jeffmaclive.com. Over on the website, it is the best way to experience the live. Our built-in chat has more ability than any other platform. You can post memes and GIFs and custom emojis and links and all kinds of stuff right there while watching the live. You will also have access to Hooligans Alley, which is our private social media area. You'll have access to the forums, the arcade, the Hooligan AI, and our advanced messaging system with the built-in group chats. So definitely go get yourself a membership for jeffmaclive.com. It's the home of the hooligans. Like I said, we're going to read through and we get the pledge coming up, and then we're raiding out over on Rumble. Meta, yeah, it was there. It was there. Thank you so much, Meta. Russell, too much beer? It was like just enough beer because he said it didn't hurt. So it was too much beer to walk straight, but not it was enough beer to where he didn't get hurt. Holy, thank you so much, Jagula, for the $20 donation over on Rumble. You're a badass. Thank you so much, Jagula. I really appreciate the support. It says blammo. Thank you, Jagula. So badass. Matt Rogers fuckers? I don't know. Jay Spray, put that on some chicken. Some spicy honey would be good on some chicken. Chicken? Hey, thanks for being here, Dusto. Don't work too hard out there and enjoy the rest of your day. Totally care. Give him a 7 for dedication. I agree. Let me see here. There you go. Appeal to heaven. High Plains Drifter America. That's right. What's up, Bugs? Happy Freedom. Sage Pup, it's a ball warmer. Is that what it's for? I could probably, I don't know if I could fit one of them in there. We'll see. Appeal to heaven, credit card holder for the back of a cell phone. That's an interesting idea. That actually makes sense. I could see that. Thank you for letting me know. Kevin, did you try licking the spider bite like a dog does? I can't reach it. It's on the back of my leg. Back Frank, put it on the spider bite. It's the cure. That's what we got. This hot honey is the cure. You guys telling me to chug the hot honey? No, I can't be doing that. What's up, Cricket Kiss? Happy Freedom. Sage Pub, spicy honey on a pulled pork sandwich. That does sound good. I don't eat pork though, but a pulled chicken sandwich would be good. VJ, thank you for being with us. I want to thank you, Meta. Lisa, put it on your peen. What? No, I can't do that. It'd be the last thing I did. Yeah, don't touch hot stuff and touch your wiener. That's rules to live by. What's up, Jay? Happy Freedom. Totally care. Bacon. Bacon's the only pork I'll eat. What's up, Texas? Happy Freedom to you. Holy. All right, hooligans. It is that time once again. Please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, man, you gotta go. It's under my feet. Sticking his claws in me and stuff. Well, hooligans, it is that time once again. Let's figure out who we are rating really quick. Oh, what day is it? Is it Tuesday? What day is it? Oh, it's Thursday. I was close. It's close. Thursday. Okay, so we did Rotella. And we did... I can't think of his name right now. Wilkie. Who did we raid yesterday? Who did we raid yesterday? I can't remember who we raided yesterday. It was somebody. Was it? It might have been Grim. I don't think we've rated Cat Dog yet this week. We got Frag, Cat Dog, Darth Jason. I think we're going to go with Cat Dog because I think we haven't rated him yet this week. What is he playing? A new zombie game. Or maybe it's just new for him. Dying Light. He's only been on for 27 minutes, so this is looking like it was meant to be. We're going to raid the cat dog. All right, hooligans, hit that like button as soon as you land. Let's get raiding.
Oh, shit! Jeff Mack with the fucking raid! The hooligans coming in on the brand new game. Appreciate you guys, man. W hooligans. Happy freedom, everybody. I appreciate you guys coming out, man. I wish I had drinks, bro. I would slam a drink for you guys right now. We're just getting in to Dying Light, the beast. I appreciate you sending your people over here. So much love to you guys, man. I appreciate you, Jeff Mack. I fucking appreciate you, bro. Hope you're having a good-ass day. Hope you had a good-ass stream. Thanks for sending your people over. Thanks for sending the hooligans over. How's the game so far? I'm literally in the intro right now. I'm loving it. Simply Witchy, I appreciate you. Too old to care. Appreciate you coming out. Sage, appreciate you coming out. Beck, Frank, appreciate you coming out. Cricket, much love. Kayla, I appreciate you. I was told there would be cats. I had a good one. I'm gonna keep that one to myself. I appreciate you guys coming out, man. So much love to the hooligans. Thank you guys, man. Thank you again, Jeff. I appreciate you. Thank you for the follow, TV Green. We got Lion and the Lamb. We got Cass-Ass. Cass-Ass. I appreciate you guys coming in, smashing the likes, spreading the love. Ghostly Method. I appreciate you guys, man. Thank you guys for coming in. W fucking raid. We just started this brand new game, bro. I'm so excited. Gotta find some food. Hell yeah, man. Thumbs up for you. I appreciate it. Thanks for the $5 rant. What the fuck? Happy day. You already know. Hugs and freedom. Thank you for the $5 rant. You guys are awesome, man. You guys always bring in the heat, and I appreciate you guys, man. Thanks for coming out. Thanks for spreading the love. We're playing this brand new game. It just dropped today. I see you, Plastic. I see you, bro. Much love, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. For real, I appreciate you guys, man. Without further ado, we're gonna fucking crawl our way to the start of this shit, dude. We're gonna go from crawling to fucking jumping around shit, beating zombie ass. I'm excited. I appreciate you guys, man. Oh my.
I love Cat Dog. He's badass. Hell yeah. Good raid, you hooligans. Kea cracks. I was told there'd be cats here. He's not up to speed on the new currency yet. That is funny stuff. Well, we're going to read through the chat really quick, but we are wrapping this up. We'll be live again tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern time, for the very next Coffee with Hooligans. Simply, which it was grim yesterday. That's what I was kind of thinking. Thanks for being here, Matt Rogers. Holy, thank you so much, Cricket Kiss, for that $10 donation over on Rumble. Really appreciate you, Cricket Kiss. Thank you so much for the support. It says, buy yourself a couple pieces of chicken. Well, thank you, Cricket Kiss. I really appreciate it. Some chicken for my hot honey. Klaus Daniels, I ain't talking about you when I say hot honey, by the way. I just want you to know that. Yeah, you're not my hot honey. Get up here. Come on, gigantic. You can do it. Yes. Yes. Big booty. Look at you. Ginormous on your new tower. You're a good boy. Yes. What do you think? Yeah, you don't think thoughts, do you? That's right. That's right. You're a good boy. What a good boy. And thanks for being here. Too old to care. Enjoy the rest of your day. Yeah, I'll get my leg fixed. I mean, it'd be nice if I just woke up, tomorrow and my leg was just all better. That'd be nice. But I think I'm going to have to go back to the damn doctor. Thanks for being here, Rappy. Enjoy the rest of your day. No, thank you, Meta. Thank you, Stern. Thanks for being here, DP. What's up, Kendall? Happy freedom. Hey, thanks for being here, Teasel. Happy freedom to you, Watchman. All right, hooligans. It looks like we're good to go. Like I said, we will be live again tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern time, for the very next Coffee with Hooligans. I appreciate all of you guys being here. Go enjoy the rest of your day. Find yourself some good food, but be safe out there. And make your way back to us tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern time, for the very next Coffee with Hooligans. Thank you guys so much for helping me cover the news. And thank you guys for helping me make the news suck a little less. Like I said, go enjoy the rest of your day. But find your way back to us tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern time, for the very next Coffee with Hooligans. Huge shout out to everyone that made donations, joined the membership programs, or purchased any merch. I really appreciate all of you hooligans. And I wouldn't be able to do any of this if it wasn't for you. So thank you so much for all your support, and I'll see you on the next live. Until then, stand tall, shine bright, and that's a wrap. I'm melting, and my mouth is on fire.